Well, hey, this is Tracy Nelson with Creation Adventures and Outdoor Education, and I want to do a couple of videos on finding a deer that when you shoot it runs off. Okay, because I mean sometimes you can make really good shot placement, make a really good shot, and the deer still has the ability to run out of your sight. Okay, so as a ground hunter, and this kind of goes along with the ground hunting, I'm going to show you what I do. You do what you want to, but this has helped me find many deer that had run off when I couldn't see them anymore, and I felt like I made a killing shot on it. Okay, so let's say I'm walking down the wood, in the woods here. I came in on a trail, and I see some deer over here to my left. Okay, and so I get positioned. And let's say I use this tree right here to prop on, and I see a deer, and he's about 70 yards down that way. And I get positioned right here. I've got me a prop, and I'm shooting standing up, and so I get sighted in and I shoot. Boom. Okay. And I feel like it's a good shot. And I watch the deer, and the deer mule kicked, like they do so many times when they get shot, and then he ran off, and his tail was down, but I lost visual. I can't hear him, and I can't see him. All right. So 2 things that I would recommend that you have in your pack that I have in mind. Okay. One is a compass, a good compass, not some rinky-dink thing. This is a Silver Ranger, and this is one of them I have. This one I've had since I was in college at Auburn University. All right, and that was in 1987. Okay, so compass, and I know you could use your phone as a compass. Okay, and then also spend about $3 and get you some bright colored flagging tape. Now this can help with other things too, but when it comes to this right here, since a ground hunter, like if I'm stalking and still hunting, I'm not necessarily in a place that I know everything that's in the hunting area, and so I find myself in different positions and taking different shots at different angles, and using trees to prop, maybe propped on my knee. And so that's why this is my system right here that I have. If you can see that, I have a sling system where my rifle stays right here. So it's just simply up, and then if I get tired of holding it, I can just let it hang there like this, and I can stalk and move, lean up against a tree or whatever, and my rifle's always ready for action. Now, so I take the shot. Let's go back to this. The deer runs off. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flagging tape and mark where I'm standing right here. And I want to make sure that I put enough flagging tape where it's going to be easily seen when I go over there to where I think the deer was. Now, I've watched the deer. I've watched it run out of my sight. So in my mind, I made a mental note of the last place I saw it, what direction it's going in. But also to make sure to go check and see, make sure I hit the deer, I want to know where the deer was standing. So I have, in the distance, it's about 75 yards through the woods, I marked a tree. If you can see it. By taking my machete and making like a slash mark on it, knock some bark off of it. So you can see that tree, it's a red oak out there. And so let's just say the deer was standing. I marked that in my mind that deer that's the closest way to mark it in my mind where the deer was standing when I shot. Okay, and this would be a typical shot for me, stalking and still hunting, and this kind of habitat, thick undergrowth with greenbriers, wild grapes, muscadines, and stuff like low-growing cedars, and sweet gums, sourwoods, things like that. So anyway, that's the first part. So what I'll do at this point is I will take my compass, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot an azimuth where that tree is. And if you've never had much experience with a compass, then that might be another class. But just, I want to shoot an azimuth. And the beauty of using this instead of your phone is that it has like a gun sight on it right here, and so I can line it up. You line it up with the mirror, and you turn your dial to get the right azimuth, the degree reading. And so I'm going to shoot down through there, and I'm going to rotate my face of my compass, get my north and south lined up, and I'm going to shoot that azimuth right there. And it looks like it's about a 254 is my azimuth. And so what I'll do at this point is I'm going to follow my compass, and I'm going to walk. Like I said, I've sighted in on that tree. I've picked me a bearing, and I'm going to walk to that bearing that I've picked, to that what I've fixed my compass on. Okay,